You don't need another strategy. You don't need another planner, another podcast, another productivity hack. You need to stop lying to yourself. Every time you say, "I'll start tomorrow," you're reinforcing the exact identity that has kept you weak. Every time you say, "Just this once," you are building the habit of betrayal of your own word. That is why your spirit is broken. That is why your body feels heavy. That is why your life still looks the same. It's not because you don't know what to do. It's because your subconscious doesn't believe you when you say you'll do it. But there is a way back. A way to rebuild trust with yourself, one small, quiet promise at a time. This isn't hype. It's not dopamine. It's Kaizen, an ancient system of transformation from feudal Japan. Kaizen isn't about revolution. It's about one decision, executed daily, until it becomes who you are. Not 10 steps, not a crash program. One step. And if you take that one step every single day for 100 days, the version of you that starts this journey will not survive it. The man who begins will die, and a new one will take his place. You will be unrecognizable, but only if you do it with zero negotiation, zero excuses, zero compromise. Before we begin, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. What's the first small action you're going to take every day for the next 100 days? This is not a challenge for motivation junkies. This is a path for men who are ready to become warriors. Kaizen is not a word that excites most people. It doesn't sound extreme. It doesn't promise overnight transformation. It doesn't demand intensity. And that's exactly why it works. In a world addicted to drama, Kaizen is silence. In a culture obsessed with speed, Kaizen is slowness. In the noise of self-help nonsense, Kaizen is precision. The word itself translates to continuous improvement. But that phrase barely scratches the surface of what it really means. To understand Kaizen is to understand a different way of being, a different way of living. It was born from necessity, not luxury. In post-war Japan, resources were scarce, infrastructure devastated, spirits broken. The people could not afford massive shifts or radical changes, so they adopted a different philosophy. Improve what you can, where you are, with what you have. 1 inch at a time, one process at a time. One step, then another. And something extraordinary happened. Factories rebuilt, productivity soared, innovation flourished. Not because they sprinted, but because they never stopped walking. Western minds scoffed. Too slow, too soft. But the results were undeniable. Over the decades, Japan became a global powerhouse, built not on speed but on consistency, on Kaizen. Now, forget factories, forget corporations. What happens when you take this same system and apply it to a man? What happens when you take this philosophy of relentless microscopic evolution and use it to forge an unbreakable spirit? That's what this video is about, because if you understand what Kaizen truly is and how it works, you'll never again fall into the trap of all or nothing. You'll never again sabotage your progress because things aren't perfect. You'll never again need motivation. You'll be powered by something far deeper: momentum. Kaizen makes discipline inevitable, because the question is no longer, how do I make massive change today? It becomes, what is the smallest possible action I can take today without fail? You shrink the goal until there's zero resistance, not to stay small, but to start real. You remove ego. You remove friction. You remove fantasy, and in that quiet, microscopic repetition, something starts to shift. The body stops resisting, the mind begins adapting, and identity, the deepest part of you, starts to mutate. The man who couldn't even commit to brushing his teeth at the same time every day becomes the man who trains, writes, fasts, builds, and never breaks. Not because of willpower, but because of design. Because Kaizen is not motivational, it's structural. And over the next 100 days, you're going to use this structure to rebuild the very fabric of who you are. Not by doing more, by doing less, with more intensity, more precision, more inevitability. One action, one day, repeated, until your spirit forgets how to quit. Noah was 31 when he realized he was disappearing, not dying, not collapsing, just fading. Every morning he'd wake up, stare at the ceiling, and feel the weight. Not physical weight, but the kind that drags on your soul, the weight of missed promises, the weight of knowing you're capable of more and doing nothing about it. He'd start his day the same way every time. Scroll, check email, maybe a podcast on mindset, maybe a cold shower. He did everything right, at least on paper, but nothing ever stuck. The workout streak lasted 9 days. The meal prep lasted 2 weeks. The journaling, meditation, all the trendy discipline tools, they came and went like gusts of wind. He wasn't lazy. He was exhausted. Exhausted from starting over. Exhausted from being one kind of man in the morning and another by night. He'd hit snooze once, then twice. He'd say, "Today I'll be strict." And by 8 p.m., he was deep into snacks and YouTube rabbit holes. His girlfriend noticed. "You always talk about changing," she said one night, "but nothing actually changes." He didn't argue. Because she was right, and that hurt more than anything. Because deep down, Noah was a man of intensity. He wanted greatness. He wanted to be feared by weakness. He wanted to dominate his own mind. But every attempt at change ended the same way. Temporary. And temporary habits build permanent shame. Every Monday felt like a reset. Every Friday felt like failure. The scale didn't move. His bank account stayed the same. His body stayed soft. His dreams remained dreams. He tried to fight it logically. Maybe I just need a new system. He downloaded a dozen productivity apps. He read Atomic Habits, then reread it. He joined accountability groups, signed up for coaching, bought a course on dopamine detox. Still, nothing held. Because no matter what tool he used, the operator was still broken. Noah wasn't suffering from a lack of knowledge. He was suffering from fragmentation. He would take massive action on day 1, but by day 10, his own mind would turn against him. "This is too much. You can take a day off. Start again next month." And every time he obeyed those voices, his identity got weaker. His will got smaller. His belief in himself died a little more. Until the day something broke. It wasn't dramatic. No rock bottom. No crisis. It was a Tuesday morning. He stood in front of the bathroom mirror, toothbrush in hand, and said out loud, "I don't believe myself anymore." The words hit like a hammer. It wasn't about fitness, or income, or discipline. It was about integrity. Noah had become the kind of man who didn't trust his own word. And once that's gone, you're not a man anymore. You're just noise. He sat down, silent, motionless. And for the first time in his life, he asked a different question, not, "What do I need to do?" but, "What can I do?" Every day, without fail, for 100 days. Not perfectly, not impressively, just consistently. That was the moment Kaizen entered his life, not as a concept, but as a necessity. He didn't even know the name yet. All he knew was this: if he couldn't keep massive promises, he would keep small ones, ruthlessly. Because maybe, just maybe, the man he wanted to become wasn't built by force. Maybe he was built, one unbreakable decision at a time. The first promise was laughably small. Noah decided he would drink 1 glass of water every morning before checking his phone, before brushing his teeth, before anything else. No exceptions, no excuses. It wasn't about hydration. It was about obedience. He left the glass on his nightstand. Every night, every morning he reached for it. Simple, robotic, non-negotiable. After 7 days, he noticed something strange. He looked forward to it, not because it was refreshing, because it was his rule, his command. And he was following it. That single glass became a weapon cutting through the noise of failure. And on day 10, he added something else. 10 push-ups. Every morning, right after the water. No warm-up, no delay. Floor, movement, done. It wasn't a workout. It was a message. I am not who I was. The next week, he added one more rule. No phone for the first hour of the day. The friction was real. The cravings hit like a drug. But Noah didn't care. This wasn't about productivity anymore. It was about power. Each small act was a brick. Each brick, a wall. And that wall was keeping weakness out. Still, he didn't call it Kaizen. Not yet. That came later when a friend noticed the changes and asked, "What are you doing differently?" Noah didn't know how to explain it. So he searched. Small daily action, consistency, discipline without intensity. And there it was, Kaizen. a Japanese system of relentless, incremental improvement. But what caught his eye wasn't just the philosophy, it was the stories behind it. Kaizen was used by Toyota engineers to rebuild after World War II. It was used by elite dojos to craft warriors with deadly precision. It was used by craftsmen who practiced the same movement for decades until the motion disappeared and only mastery remained. Kaizen wasn't flashy. It was sacred repetition. Noah devoured everything he could find. And one line from a Japanese calligrapher hit him like lightning. One stroke, done perfectly, repeated forever, becomes divine. He closed his laptop and wrote down one sentence. In 100 days, I will become unrecognizable. No big goals. Just one decision. One new action every 7 days. Not based on feeling. Not based on motivation. Only based on execution. Week 1. Water. Week 2. Push-ups. Week 3. Silent mornings. Week 4. Cold showers. Week 5. Zero sugar. Each edition was simple, but the impact was seismic. Because with every act, Noah was reclaiming his identity. He stopped saying, I want to be disciplined. He started saying, I don't negotiate. He stopped asking for motivation. He started creating proof. Each day was no longer a gamble. It was a ritual. And Kaizen was the altar. By day 30, something had changed. Noah no longer recognized his mornings. He didn't wake up scrolling. He didn't delay. He didn't negotiate with the cold shower. He moved with quiet precision like a soldier on a mission, like a monk in ritual. Each habit was still small, but it was no longer about the size. It was about who was performing them, because Noah wasn't trying anymore. He simply was. His co-workers noticed it first. You've been different lately. His girlfriend noticed it next. You're keto, but stronger. And internally, he felt it. A shift. He wasn't chasing identity anymore. He was wearing it. But here's the part no one tells you. Transformation is quiet. There's no parade, no dopamine rush, no viral moment. Just a strange realization one morning. I didn't think about quitting once this week. That was the victory. By week 7, he added meal structure. Week 8, reading 10 pages per night. Week 9, journaling at 9 p.m., non-negotiable. Each piece, another reinforcement of the architecture. And the deeper he went, the more friction disappeared. Decisions became automatic. Cravings lost their voice. Old addictions faded into memory. It wasn't discipline. It was design, and the science backed it up. Studies from MIT and Stanford confirmed that habits, when performed at the same time each day, form neural loops. The brain no longer asks, should we do this? It simply executes. Noah wasn't strong because he had willpower. He was strong because he eliminated the option to fail. He didn't go to war with himself every morning. He trained himself not to need a war. This is the hidden gift of Kaizen. The goal isn't to resist your old self. The goal is to become someone your old self wouldn't recognize. Noah wasn't perfect. He missed a journal entry. He skipped a push-up set on a travel day. But something radical had shifted. He never missed twice. Because Kaizen doesn't demand perfection. It only demands continuity. And by day 70, Noah had something no app, no coach, no motivation video ever gave him. He had evidence, undeniable proof that he could trust himself. And when a man believes his own word, there is nothing he cannot become. Noah stood in front of the mirror on day 100. He didn't flex. He didn't smile. He didn't say anything at all. He just stared. Because staring back at him was a man he hadn't seen before, not in photos, not in memories, not even in dreams. A man with fire in his eyes, calm in his breath, stillness in his spine. He wasn't ripped. He wasn't rich. He wasn't perfect, but he was real. And more importantly, he was whole. He had built himself back from nothing, not with hype, not with intensity, but with Kaizen, the silent weapon, the daily war, the sacred act of showing up no matter how you feel, no matter what's happening, no matter who's watching. This was not transformation by explosion. This was erosion of weakness day after day, rep after rep, until the soft outer shell cracked and the core was revealed. He didn't need applause. He didn't care who noticed, because the man he had become noticed himself. And for the first time in years, he respected what he saw. Kaizen had forged an unbreakable spirit. Not by teaching him to be fearless, but by teaching him to continue in the presence of fear. Not by eliminating discomfort, but by training him to act despite it. Not by removing failure, but by removing quitting as an option. This is what most men don't understand. They think they need more motivation. They think they need bigger goals. They think they need to feel ready. But what they actually need is to make a promise so small, so clear, so non-negotiable that it can't be broken. And then honor it like a warrior. Every day, for 100 days. That's how you forge an unbreakable spirit. Not by shouting, by executing. Not by hoping, by proving. Not by chasing perfection, by committing to progress. This is your call to arms. Not a challenge, a decision. Choose your first promise. Make it stupidly small. Then do it. Every day. For 100 days. No breaks. No rest. No negotiation. Let Kaizen remake you. Let the quiet rhythm of daily victory resurrect the part of you that has been buried under years of failure. And one day, without fanfare or applause, you'll look in the mirror and see what Noah saw. A man who cannot be broken. A man who doesn't try to be disciplined, because he is. The war begins now. Comment below. What will your first non-negotiable habit be for the next 100 days? Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and then disappear. Disappear into the work. Disappear into the daily battle. Disappear until the man you were is gone, and the warrior you were meant to become is all that remains.